Hello everyone, welcome to the upcoming weekly Forex analysis video. So my first pair is New Zealand USD, because if you look at the upcoming economic calendar, on Wednesday we have a RBNZ monetary policy meeting and RBNZ possibly increases rate hike to 50 basis point. So forecast is 4.75%. So based on this, I am choosing the New Zealand USD pair. If you look at the New Zealand USD right now, New Zealand USD break below the 0.62600 psychological level and moving towards the 0.6200 psychological level. After reaching this level, the New Zealand USD gain some pullback towards the 0.62600 psychological level because of the US dollar weakness. If you look at the dollar index right now, the dollar index break above the 104.00 psychological level and moving towards the 105.00 psychological level. But before testing this level, the dollar index fall below the 104.00 psychological level. So there is a two scenario can be happen in dollar index. The dollar index retesting the 104.00 psychological level and bounce back towards the 105.00 psychological level, or dollar index again retesting the 103.00 psychological level and moving towards the 104.00 psychological level, then break this level and moving towards the 105.00 psychological level. So based on this, we will see some pullback in New Zealand USD. So the New Zealand USD pullback might be around 0.63093 psychological level. Then if you see some clear rejection candle or other confirmation, then our first target should be the 0.6200 psychological level. But there is another scenario, the New Zealand USD might be aggressive pullback happen in the next week before the RBNZ. So New Zealand USD might reach the 0.63500 psychological level. After reaching this level, if you see some clear confirmation like the rejection candle and the other sentimental confirmation, then we can enter this trade, and our first target should be the 0.6200 psychological level, and our second target should be the 0.6100 psychological level. But you have to keep in mind that the New Zealand USD depend on the RBNZ monetary policy meeting. If the monetary policy meeting favored the New Zealand dollar, then we see some aggressive pullback which might cross the 0.63900 psychological level, and after this level we see some consolidation zone. Then it's depend on the based on the US dollar strength. So let's trade carefully. So my next pair is Euro USD. So if you look at the Euro USD right now, the Euro USD break below the 1.06500 level, but it did not moving towards the 1.0500 psychological level. We see some clear rejection and respect the 1.0600 psychological level and moving towards the 1.07500 psychological level. So it's a clear pullback happen in the Euro USD right now because of the dollar index. If the dollar index gains some momentum, so we see some pullback around 1.0800 psychological number. After reaching this level, if you see some clear rejection candle, this area and other fundamental confirmation, then we can engage this trade, and our first target should be the 1.06500 psychological number. If it's break this level, then our second target should be the 1.050 psychological level based on the US dollar strength. So my next pair is pound USD. So I personally engage this trade. So I place this trade around this area and I set my stop loss around 1.2100 psychological level. And my first target is 1.1900 psychological level, but it did not reach this area. Before this area, there is a rejection candle. So I close this trade in this area. So after respect the 1.1900 psychological level, it's gain some pullback and pullback towards the 1.20700 psychological level. So because of the US dollar strength, we see some deep pullback around the 1.220 psychological level. Then if you see some clear rejection candle, you can engage this trade and your first target should be the 1.20700 psychological level and second target should be the 1.1900 psychological level. This is your first target and this is your second target, and 1.1850 psychological level is your third target. So my next pair is USD Swiss franc. So if you look at the USD Swiss franc right now, USD Swiss franc break the 0.92880 psychological level in previous week and moving towards the 0.93500 psychological level. So after reaching this level near around, so because of the US dollar strength, we see some aggressive fall in the USD Swiss franc right now. So there is a scenario can be happened, the USD Swiss franc retesting the 0.91920 psychological level, then again moving towards the 0.93500 psychological level, or because of the US dollar weakness, we see some deeper pullback around this area 0.91500 level. Then our first target should be the 0.92880 psychological level and second target should be the 0.93500 psychological level because of the US dollar strength. So my next pair is USD yen. Okay, USD yen already performed my expected area. So after the consolidation zone break, so USD yen break the 132.996 psychological level and moving towards the 134.00 psychological level. Then it's reach the 135.00 psychological level. But after reaching this level, USD yen moving downwards because of the US dollar weakness. So in next week, we see some deep pullback around the 132.500 psychological level, then retesting this level, US dollar again the bounce back towards the 135.00 psychological level. So there is another scenario can be happen if the USD or dollar index fall below the 130.00 psychological level. Based on this, the USD yen might fall around this 131.00 level, then retesting this level again, it's bounced back towards the 134.00 psychological level. So my next pair is Aussie USD. So if you look at the Aussie USD right now, the Aussie USD break below the 0.68400 psychological level and moving towards the 0.7500 psychological level. But before reaching this level, because of the US dollar weakness, it respects the 0.6800 psychological level, and we will see some pullback in Aussie USD because of the US dollar weakness. So we have seen some deep pullback around the 0.6990 psychological level. So after the clear rejection and the fundamental confirmation, we engage this trade again, and our first target should be the 0.68400 psychological level. If the Aussie USD break this level, then our second target should be the 0.67500 psychological level. But you have to wait for the right amount of pullback in Aussie USD. Don't engage this trade right now. So my last pair is Aussie New Zealand. So if you look at the Aussie New Zealand right now, so there is a flag pattern which happened in New Zealand right now. So there is two things happened after the RBNZ monetary policy meeting. So New Zealand dollar gained some strength and break below this flag pattern and retested this level, then again break below this 1.08500 psychological level. If the monetary policy meeting did not support the New Zealand dollar, then Aussie New Zealand moving upwards and break this flag pattern, moving upwards to the 1.11200 psychological level. So plan your trade carefully. Thank you.